continue the speedrunning marathon here with a...
Sorry, I forgot that I got the desktop muted, so can you repeat? Can you start from the beginning, please?
No, I was just saying welcome back everybody to the speedrunning marathon here on SpeedGaming 2. And for our next run here, Crash Team Racing, any percent Warpless by UnFantasmaMas. So go ahead and take it away.
Thanks everybody. Well, as Karaoke said, I'm your senpai, also known as UnFantasmaMas. Well, this is Crash Team Racing. This is a game that doesn't require so much explanation, but well, as we are on a marathon, we need to talk about it, isn't it? So well, let's start right now with the action. I'm gonna have a good amount of time to talk about the game, so well, I want a mini countdown for 3, so, oh, sorry, I made a little mistake. I need to start the game again, because I haven't started my timer on the correct moment. Oh well, I'm gonna be explaining a lot of reasons, like, well, a lot of things during the run. For example, I'm gonna be explaining why something specific is gonna be happening with the game, something we're gonna be noticing later. Also, why this is a Crash Bandicoot game, but we're not playing as Crash. That's a lot of there's a lot of questions, but we're gonna be trying to answer all of them. So well, okay, I'm gonna set up this really quick again because I messed it up in some way. But let's go. Let's get ready. So let's do this again. Okay, I'm gonna get a countdown for 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start with the action in the game. There you go. Okay. Welcome to my world. I always have an incredible synchronization with my family. When I'm not busy, they're not doing nothing. They're not calling me, they're not asking for my attention or something like that. But when I'm busy or when I'm streaming or when I'm part of a marathon, they always come to talk with me. Well, anyways, it's my family. What else I can do? So well, we're gonna be starting on Crash Cup, which is the first track of the game, and this is a self-explanatory game, or well run. This is a racing game. So if you're wondering how suppose you're gonna be doing a speed run from a racing game, well, it's really simple. You need to drive as fast as you can, and I failed the first escape of the track, but it's fine. It's not a big problem. I can try to catch it on the next. On the next tracks, sorry, on the next laps. And I'm gonna apologize if sometime you will listen to random people speaking in Spanish on the background, because for some reason my microphone doesn't wanna detect my voice when I'm close to it, but it likes to detect far away voices. So what happened? Why is the reason behind that? What does not happen? I don't know exactly. Blame technology. That's the only thing that I can say. And I failed the skip again on the second lap. Amazing. Well, as I've said before, I need to drive as fast as I can, and I need to finish on first place and on track. That's basically what I need to do. Any person Warpless, which is this category, is based on just driving as fast as you can and finishing on first place, and just to get all 16 trophies and all 4 boss garage keys, just to face Nitrous Oxide, which is the main boss, or where I failed to skip on all laps, feels bad, man. And well, that's the plot of the game. That's the main mission of the game and the category is to get all 16 trophies, all 4 keys, and defeat Nitrous Oxide, which is an alien that claims himself as the best driver in all the galaxy. So what is happening here is that, well, since he claims himself as the best driver of the galaxy, he comes to the Earth looking for an opponent to face off. So on this case, he makes a proposal for us. If he wins, he's gonna turn the planet Earth into a Galaxian parking slot, and he's gonna turn all the people on the Earth as his slaves. But if he is defeated, he's just gonna leave the Earth in peace, and he's not gonna be bothering us. So obviously we don't want that he wins, so we need to drive as fast as we can. That's all that we need to do. Now, Roost Troop's second track of the game, and in order to play the tracks, I need to complete specific stages. At the beginning of each warp room or each section of the game, I'm gonna be able to play 2 tracks, and after I beat those tracks on first place, I'm gonna be earning trophies, and with that I'm gonna be unlocking the rest of the tracks. There are 4 tracks in all 4 sections of the game. Each section of the game has its own boss, and I'm gonna regret later about putting that TNT box there. I don't have any doubts about that. And the main technique here are the mini turbos. As you can see, what I do is that I make a jump, but I keep pressing jump button. You can jump with L1 or R1. I use R1 to jump and L1 for the mini turbos. You can swap the buttons for that. It's the same. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to keep my speed, and with that I can drive as fast as I can. That's basically what you need to do. And also sometimes due to this, since I have an increased speed, I can try to take some unintended shortcuts, like for example here, and this shortcut on this section you move slow, but if I do this and I try to gain some additional speed, I'm not gonna lose my speed at all, but that's gonna be helpful at the same time. It's gonna help me to keep some momentum, and with that I can try to get some time on the track. The game is a bit broken, so later on we're gonna be watching some curious stuff in the game. Also, something worth to mention, and you're gonna be watching the reason behind that later, is that I'm playing the PAL version of the game. Why I mention this because usually in speedrunning, when we talk about retro games, we're used that PAL versions are less optimized. Usually, those games runs like 17% slower than their NTSC counterparts. But Crash Team Racing is an interesting topic with the game. NTSC, it's considered the best version, the NTSC EU, the American release, and then the PAL version. But something that I have noticed is that depending on the character you play, it's gonna be the version that you should play. Some mechanics change a bit, but basically the games are the same. The PAL version is decently optimized, and also there are some interesting glitches, like one that I'm using right now, and that we're gonna be watching their effect later. I'm not gonna be talking about the glitch right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit. But I'm talking about the PAL version. This runs at 25 FPS, while the NTSC releases runs at 30 frames. Plus, PAL version, the acceleration characters are the best characters. In this case, are Coco and Engine. And it's supposed that the speed characters were the best characters, but not so much time ago, new strats were found with speed characters, and those characters are Dingodile and Tiny Tiger. So now the actual world record is held on the NTSC release with Dingodile, I guess, if I remember correctly. And the previous world records were set up with Coco on the PAL version. So basically, if you have access to the PAL version, you should play with acceleration characters. Otherwise, if you're on the NTSC version of the game, you should play as speed characters. Again, nice synchronization with my family. I always told them, but well, it's my family. I cannot complain about that. And well, we are on a quarantine, so it's not like if I can do something. Well, when this happens, this happens. But getting back to the topic, what are we saying? Okay, for the PAL version you should use acceleration characters, and for the NTSC counterpart you should use the speed characters. But I'm not a CTR top runner, so don't take care so much about those technical details about the game, but there are some facts also. And I'm playing the game on a PSTV, which is basically a PS Vita to use on a TV. Even if the PS Vita is limited, the PSTV is unlimited. And this is the only way that I have to play the PAL version on a console, because on emulator it's a bit slow, mostly due to loading times. Because on the PSP, PS Vita, and PSTV, you can activate the fast loading mode, that it's gonna be slightly faster than a PS2 with a fast speed mode enabled. Yeah, it's like streaming some of my family also. Yeah, but what else can we do? And well, Zero Speedway, my favorite track from this first section of the game. Let's see if I can get the intended skip of this track, because it's a bit tricky for me. I need to gain some speed here to try to jump on that hole. No, I haven't set it correctly. I don't need to jump so high like that, because that's gonna make that I lose my momentum. So I just lose 5 seconds if I don't get that skip. So yeah, let's keep going. Also, obviously, every time that you progress on a track, it's the game is gonna turn slightly difficult, but that shouldn't be a problem for us. And as I said before, every time that we get 4 trophies, in this case we complete on first place the 4 tracks from a section, we're gonna be able to face the boss stage, well, the boss race. We're gonna be able to access to their garage, and after we defeat the bosses, we're gonna earn the key that's gonna let us to move to the next section of the game. And I got the skip here. It's supposed that you should follow the bridge, but it's faster just to cut your way here. And that is gonna help to us to save 5 seconds in an average time. I'm really close to complete the 3rd tab, so let's go for the next one. And as you have seen on my in-game timer, you can notice a difference in timing. And yes, I got stuck. Marathon cliche, this has never happened before. But I have got stuck at the end of the track. Okay, higher jump. Yeah, I was aware of that. I don't know why I want to try to do it again when I was aware that I was not gonna get it. But well, you get the idea. And also, I want to talk a bit about the mechanics. I'm gonna be talking about it on the boss race, which is gonna be against Reaper Room. And I'm gonna be playing on Roost Tubes, the second track that you have seen here. Usually in that last section is where I used to get stuck on this stage when I press the wrong button or I have a bad timing with my inputs. So with the mechanics here, as you can see, the Wumpa Fruit is gonna help to us. Each time that we get a Wumpa Fruit, we're gonna go slightly faster. And now let's notice that Reaper Room it's not doing his usual gibberish. And the reason why that is happening is because again I'm playing the PAL version, and there's an exclusive glitch for this version called the language glitch. Basically, back in the late 90s, video games on PAL regions, to compensate the lower frame rate, the developers decided to release some games in different languages, and this was the case with CDR. It was released in different languages. The game has on the PAL release has different languages. And for PlayStation games, we are used to press the triangle button to skip text boxes and stuff like that, or cancel actions. Well, in this case, looks like the developers never thought that somebody was gonna press the triangle button on the language selection screen. So doing that makes that the game doesn't load any language. That's the reason why we don't have text. And we have sometimes some random characters, and also that's why Reaper doesn't have dialogues. And also, well, later on the run, we're going to be watching another interesting glitch with the language glitch, which is going to be mostly a visual glitch that is going to help to us to skip 20 seconds, comparing it with the NTSC version of the game. Using to track fast to the end. Well, talking about the mechanics, the Wumpa Fruit is important because, as you can see, the maximum amount that I can gain are 10 Wumpa Fruits, and the more Wumpa Fruits that I get, the slightly faster I can go. It's not just a small difference, not so much. Plus, when I have 10 Wumpa Fruit, my power-ups turn into special power-ups. For example, the TNT box turns into a Nitro box. The missiles are faster and can impact really quick the different opponents in the track. Well, we're gonna have a lot of different variations depending on the items that we're gonna be watching later. Here now I have unlocked the rest of the section of the map, but I just can't access to the second section of of the game, we're going to be playing another 4 tracks. And the first track that we're going to be playing is called Tiger Temple, which has an shortcut, an intended shortcut where I need to get an item that I can throw so I can open the section where the shortcut is. And also, with the momentum and the speed that you can gain, I'm gonna be taking a little unintended shortcut, because I'm gonna be moving on the grass, and moving on the grass is slow, but I'm gonna manage to get some additional speed to be able to get this thing. And also I'm gonna try to get an initial boosting. I have failed on this stage, but when you start a stage you can get some initial boosting. So I'm gonna be trying to do that. That was the skip that I was talking about. Not a big one, but it's something. Okay, I got a potion. I can throw this, so I can take the intended shortcut that is here. I need to press the up button on the D-pad to be able to throw the item. Otherwise, if I press the button to release the item, it's just gonna drop it on the floor. And also, this shield, when you don't have the 10 wound press, is green and it disappears. It vanishes, get managed by itself after some seconds. The blue shield doesn't do that. And also, I can use this as a missile or something like that, so I can throw it against the monkey teeth in order to open the door. This is what I need to do on the rest of the track. Also, the nitro box, I cannot throw this, so I'm just gonna let this randomly here. I'm gonna bless in order that another AI character grabs that nitro box, and I'm gonna try to get another item. So I'm gonna have like a minute where I'm gonna be saying nothing, so if Monster has something to say, this is gonna be a good moment for that, considering that now my Pierce tree has randomly freezed for a bit, so I don't know if I should be worried about that.
Alrighty, I was just go ahead and checking some things, see if we have donations come, and I haven't seen any donations come in, so go ahead and hit that ! Donate in the chat to see where you can donate to meet some incentives that are coming up, or get your name in for some prizes, and overall just donate money towards next year's SpeedGaming Live event. As we see this cute little bandicoot with a ponytail in a car just nitro her way around all these racetracks.
Okay, and talking about how the Skoko is cute, we're gonna move to her own track, Coco Park. And this is Coco Park, and basically a track inspired in Coco. Again, we're gonna be trying to get some movement on the track in the grass, and again, looked like I failed with my inputs trying to aim the main boosting. And okay, I have lost a little amount of speed, but it's fine. So on this track, I have two sections where I can move on the grass. The first one was the one that you had seen at the beginning of the track. This is the second one. And sometimes when the AI throws some missiles, what I need to do is that I need to drop an item, or I need to take a close movement like the one before, so I can make that the missile get impact with a wall, so with that I can be protected by a few moments. Also, this stage is a bit complicated for me sometimes to get the time wall buffer. And no, fortunately there's not like a big rubber band, or well, probably with the nitrous oxide, which is the last boss. But no, it's not so crazy. And it's funny that somebody tries to compare this with Diddy Kong Racing, because usually, and even since back in the day, a lot of people were competing Crash Team Racing with Mario Kart 64 when both games were entirely different. Many people say that CTR was based from Mario Kart 64, and even that Naughty Dog found a better way to define the kart games or the racing games like this one. But well, I'm a big fan of Crash Bandicoot, but I need to admit that that's a lie, because this game wasn't based on Mario Kart 64. This game was originally based on Diddy Kong Racing. Even I don't remember which stage was, but there was one stage from Diddy Kong Racing that the developers the CDR developers recreated on the PS1, just to see how much they can work with the system. They wanted to check how much of the system was able to handle. Well, thanks to that, we got CDR. Now, Papu's Pyramid is gonna be the racetrack where we're gonna be facing Papu Papu, which is the second boss of the game. I really hate this section at the beginning of the track. I really suck trying to don't lose my speed. It's a bit complicated for me because my fingers slip so easy. It's weird that people sometimes get problems on that, or probably like me that I'm just committing these mistakes. And there's an interesting shortcut here, an unintended one, that on Nitro Fuel turned it into an intended shortcut. Because what I need to do here is that I'm gonna increase my speed and then I'm gonna be jumping here. And with this I can skip entirely the last section of the track, so I can save some seconds there. That's something I'm gonna be doing on the rest of the laps. I need to be so careful here because if I don't get the enough speed and if I don't move correctly to make that jump, I'm gonna fall down and I'm just gonna lose time. And depending of my position, sometimes I can fall on a position where I can give it a try again to the shortcut, where I can get easily the initial boost once I land, or I'm gonna be far ahead and I'm not gonna be able to get the shortcut and I need to keep going through the intended route. Okay, I'm surprised that I got a 36. Okay, I have fallen down. Oh yes, it's good at 36. Usually it's like I get like a 38 if I don't fall. Like I have to, like if I don't fail, if I have failed. Well, if I don't fail, like I have failed on the first lap. And also, probably you haven't noticed this, but the bosses throw some items. Okay, for a moment I thought that I wasn't gonna get the skip there. I thought that I was gonna fall down. I'm happy that I was able to get it. Because I remember right now which items those Reaper throws to you, but well, Papu was gonna throw some potions. But before we can face him, we're gonna go through the last track, which is Dingo Canyon. And I need to do a special setup here. Also, this is something related to the language glitch. As you have seen, there's no text, and also Aku Aku don't say nothing and he gets skipped directly. I need to get closer to this boss garage, which is the Papu's garage, just to trigger that cutscene where Aku Aku is gonna tell to me that to access that boss garage, what I need to do is that I need to get all the trophies from this zone. I do this because later, with the fourth boss of the game, with the fourth and last garage, I'm gonna be so close to it when I go to a track. And skipping that cutscene takes more time. Skipping that dialogue takes more time, so it's better to trigger the dialogue here with Papu Papu, because the dialogue's not gonna get triggered anymore on the rest of the game. And now Dingo Canyon, a lot of curves, a lot of specific movements that I need to do. I'm playing with the D-pad, which is the best way to play the game because you have a direct input combined with the with this analog stick. I used to play this with an analog stick, but since I switched from a PS3 controller to a PS4 controller, the D-pad has helped me a lot to get better movements. Even any top CDR runner would recommend to new runners to play this game with a D-pad. Even I play Nitro Fuel, which is the remake of this PS1 game for newer platforms. I play the game with a D-pad, and it's really comfortable. It feels better to play with a D-pad, I'm not gonna lie.
I would suppose as long as it all works out. By the way, hi, I'm Metroid Master. I will be taking care of hosting for the next couple of hours for y'all.
Hello! It's Mr.
Hello.
Host. If you're gonna mention something, there's gonna be a good moment. Otherwise, I can try to see what I can say.
Well, again, we are all happy for your donations for SpeedGaming Live. All donations will be going towards the prize pool for next year's tournaments and marathon. We also have some rather nice incentives, such as the Mega Man X Dashless 100%. We have Follis, where you get to choose the game, and Streets of Rage 1 through 4 to change Streets of Rage 3 to Bare Knuckle 3. And
okay, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say currently the Mega Man X Dashless 100% is sitting at $37 out of the $50 incentive. So we just need $13 more, and we can see 100% Mega Man X without a dash.
Okay, moving on. As you have seen, the boss's head on the cutscene was switched. This is another effect of the language glitch. Why doesn't happen? I don't know. And also, it's a bit easier to put some items to the bosses and make them get it confused, like in this case I have done with Papu, but since I'm dumb, I mess it up and now Papu's ahead of me. But that's not a problem. I can make it. Because here I just can skip him, and I have some backup missiles just in case that I need them. And again, just to repeat the same stuff like when I run this track before, but against other 7 characters. But as you take a good advantage from the AI bosses, and you shouldn't have any problem. But in this case, since I used to mess up on this section, it's gonna be normal that Papu can be ahead of me. And as you can see, he was so close to me. You can see that sometimes the number on the screen switched from 2 to 1, and also that's another effect on the language glitch. That's the reason why we just see the numbers instead of first, second, and all those kind of stuff. So again, something related to the language, and the game hasn't loaded any language. For some time, some people were thinking that when you press the triangle button, you were triggering the Japanese language on the game. But all of this time, that has been just a rumor, because for Japan, their games are NTSC. So they don't. They're not on the requirement of all images, so there is no reason for the default version to have Japanese. And there we go, second boss defeat. And let's make a deal, everybody. Actually, for the prize pool for SGLIVE 2021 in general, we have $570 donated with 50 cents. If from this moment up to the moment when the Mario block comes, when I'm gonna be running Super Mario World 11 Exit No Cave, if we reach $700 in total, I'm gonna be using a big sombrero during the run. So if you wanna see a big sombrero, remember to donate, because all the money, as you have listened, are gonna be directly to the tournaments for the next SGLIVE event, and you can choose whatever you wanna spend that money to. Which tournament you wanna help to fundraise. And also,
I kind of wonder how big that sombrero would be.
It's gonna be so big, and well, here I needed to switch the camera a little bit because lag and stuff. And as I've said, it is gonna be a big sombrero, very big.
Alright, well, you heard the ghost. I see y'all donate for that big sombrero.
And remember, $570 right now. We have one day to reach the $700 less to use a big sombrero.
Alright, one day, $130. I know, chat, that y'all can do this.
And well, this is what I call to fail a shortcut. I was aware that I was not gonna get it, but again, I needed to try to get this all the time because I haven't got the enough speed that I needed. But it's not a big problem. I can make this really quick. And okay, looks like a PC opponent put an item just in front of me because I haven't seen the potion. But it's fine. I can use the first place at any moment. Blizzard Bluff, one of my less favorite tracks, and probably my less favorite track from this last section of the game. Okay, I have the knock speed. Okay, I don't know why I haven't reached it. I am aware that I got the knock speed, so on the next lap I'm not gonna try to get the shortcut. And I'm just lying because I'm gonna try it again. And that will be something bad, because if I don't reach the the first place. Okay, it looked like... Okay, never mind. I thought for a moment that I got stuck on a glitch or something like that. Well, it's gonna be a big problem. Wait, it's on first place. Why is so far away? This is something new. Okay, I need to try to get the shortcut. It's gonna be a problem if I don't reach the first place. Okay, I have a missile. I'm gonna take the risk. Let's see. Get wrecked. Bye bye. Okay. It's really important that I finish on first place, because if I don't finish on first place, aka I finish on second or lower place, I need to repeat this run. And that's gonna be translated, I'm gonna be losing like between 2 to 3 minutes. So I believe we don't want that happen, so we need to be really quick on this. Okay, let's keep moving to the next track, which is Dragon Mines, which again is gonna be the track where we're gonna be facing the boss from the third section of the game, which is gonna be Komodo Joe. This is one of the Komodo brothers, the bosses that were featured on the second Crash game. Papu Papu was and Ripperoo were featured in the Crash 1, and also Ripperoo appeared on Crash 2, by the way. So here in Dragon Mines, we're gonna be having a section, we're gonna be having a bridge where I need to be careful with my turnings if I don't want to lose speed. It's a bit tricky to move here, so I try to move a bit safe. Okay, that was interesting. Sometimes what I do to move here is that I'm pushing the square button to perform the brake, and at the same time I'm doing some jumps and using the D-pad to make big turns. And also I don't try to take this so close in the left section of this track, because there's a glitch that can make that the game doesn't recognize that I have completed the lap, and it's gonna put me directly on last place, so I need to be careful in this section also. That's a common glitch, mostly for newcomers, and not so newcomers. Probably you have a Teflon brain like myself, you're gonna be forgetting all of those things. And I do that, because some months ago I forgot it and I got the glitch, and I was like, okay, what happened? Then I created a clip of that moment, and I have seen, okay, I messed it up, let's try another run. Obviously I have resetted the run, since I wasn't doing that on the marathon. And now, last lap. Nothing interesting to mention here, just to pretend that I'm getting focused into completing this without any problems, but I'm aware about how I am, so I'm pretty sure that at some point I can mess up these things. But let's try to don't do that, for the safeness of the run and the marathon. Also, sometimes I'm gonna be doing some bunny hops to try to keep some speed. Or past the third track of the game. It's pretty long, and well, it's a kind of a winter topic. And I need to jump to the left because this is the only track that it's not close to the other ones. The track is right here. The other two tracks are really close. Looks like the developers didn't like this track because they put it so far away. And also we're saving a good amount of time on loading times due to the power of the PSTV and the fast loading mode. Okay, and this track again, this is a good track to keep jumping, because every time that you jump, the most time you take on the air, once you land, you're gonna be gaining some boosting. So the most time you keep on the air, the most higher that you're gonna be, well, the most faster you're gonna be moving, or that your boosting is gonna be once you land on the floor. And I need to be careful in these sections to don't jump, otherwise I can have a big jump and I can get out of the stage, or well, out of the track, which is nothing good in general. And this is an intended shortcut, but again I need to get some speed. Okay, I failed into try to put an item, so this is gonna hurt. And I haven't got enough time to get an item box, but it's fine that I have fallen into the boosting pets, because with this I can get back really quick into the game. But that doesn't quit the fact that I have lost time. Anyways. So for now, let's just keep driving, and that's all that we need to do. And I don't know why, but for the moment I was thinking that I was on the last lap. But then I have seen the 2-3 on the top of the screen, and I said, okay, I haven't completed this yet. That's something really common for me. Sometimes in some work I forget that thing, and when I see that I'm starting the last lap, I have to say, okay, wait. Did I wasn't already on the last lap? Sometimes my brain doesn't cooperate with me, but what else can we do?
It's okay, we all know that feeling, at least in some other speed games.
Yeah, that's something really common. But well, what else can we do? We just need to keep going faster, and we need to slap our cards into nitro boxes like it happened. No, not really. Don't do that, kids. That's dangerous. Don't replicate what you see in a video game. On a video game, you can respawn. Except if you are playing Game Over from Spy Kids 3, and if you don't know what the Spy Kids is, believe me that you're doing something good with yourself.
Oh no, I remember Spy Kids. They were fun movies.
They were fun when we were childs, but once you watch them again, you realize something really, really important. Well, you have listened to me, Droid Master. He said that Spy Kids exist, so we have to live a lot. For all the people who were thinking that Spy Kids never existed. So getting back to the topic, my second least favorite track of the game. My least favorite track is on the last section of the game. So well, Tiny Arena, this is a kind of motocross inspired track. That's why I hated it, because there are some good sections where you can jump. But at the same time, you need to be careful with some jumps that you need to do, because there are some sections where you're gonna be stuck and you're gonna be losing a lot of speed, so you need to be careful with your movements, otherwise you're gonna waste some time. Well, this is also a long track, nothing interesting to mention, so again, this is gonna be a good time for any kind of announcements.
Oh, let me take a look, see if we got any new donations. We do have one. We have $25 from Verts505 saying, complete the Mega Man X Dashless 100% incentive, any remaining put towards Bare Knuckle 3. Thank you so much, Verts. And we will be seeing Mega Man 100% Dashless.
Let's go 100% Dashless. We did it, Reddit! We did it, SpeedGaming! We are going through a good way, and also, I don't know if I really wanna see Bare Knuckle 3. I don't like so much the Japanese version, but speedrunning Tolkien is interesting because Japanese version of Streets of Rage 3 is kind of different. So remember that if you're gonna be donating, you can choose whatever bid word you want. Even there's a bid word later for Seed of Valleys, when you can pick the game you wanna see speedrun, so remember to donate and put your money towards any incentive. And yeah, this is the moment where the runner tries to mimic the host position during this run.
Alright, so an update on that Bare Knuckle 3 incentive. We are 13 out of $50 towards that incentive.
Okay, that reminds me that I need to check my debit card tomorrow because I haven't contributed yet, and I wanna get one of the SGLIVE shirts. So, well, my problem is not gonna be the money. The problem is gonna be to which tournament I'm gonna be putting my money towards. And again, I forgot that I wasn't on the last lap. Interesting. At least I can show you how I don't used to put attention on this track.
Just whatever you do, don't pull a secret key.
We need to get a secret key anyways. Well, not so secret, but we need to get a key. And also I feel a bit sleepy because I was playing Among Us at 3 AM on the morning. And a good reminder that I'm gonna be doing for everybody who are watching this is that don't play Among Us or Phasmophobia at 3 AM because those games are pretty addictive, mostly when you need to be waking up really early. And I'm pretty sure that probably I have put that potion there, so I'm not gonna complain. So I need to be careful, I need to try to make that Cortex doesn't finish on first place. And I'm really lucky because on second place I got an Aqua Mask, which gives me some invisibility and seconds, some invisibility moments, plus I can move slightly faster. And I don't know why I have messed it up there, but I can finish on first place, it's not a big problem. But dude, this last lap was really bad. And now, Komodo Joe. And again, due to language glitch, the first cutscene gets skipped directly, so we can save 20 seconds by default. And we can go straight directly to the boss stage, to the boss garbage.
So this is one of the few games where the PAL version is actually faster than the US version.
Yes and no. As I have explained at the beginning of the run, if you're gonna be using an acceleration character, it's better to use a PAL version. Which is, what am I doing? I'm using an acceleration character. Because before, everybody was thinking that the acceleration characters were better, but recently some new strats were found with speed characters, so that's the reason why the actual world record has been handled with a speed character. And on the NTSC version, because on the NTSC version speed characters are better. And that's why also previous world records were achieved on a PAL PS2 with acceleration characters. Well, I like to play as Coco. I don't want to play as Dingodile or Tiny Tiger, so I'm fine with the full version.
Makes sense.
And also sometimes Joe's can be a big headache. But goodly enough, he is far away from me, so I shouldn't be so bored at the same time. That I shouldn't be so confident. Mostly this bridge is the only section that I don't really like. Show needs to keep going. And there we go. Third boss defeated. Now it's time to move to the last section of the game. We're getting close to the end of it. And again, another effect from the language glitch. The boss's heads get switched on the cutscenes. I don't know the reason behind that, but that happens for some reason. And let's move to the last section of the game. Let's move to Engine Labs, one of my favorite tracks of the game also. Up to this point we have got 3 keys and 12 trophies, so we need to get another 4 trophies and another key, and with that we're gonna be able to face Nitrous Oxide. So here on this track, I'm gonna be taking some unintended ways to gain speed, just to save a couple of seconds. This is not like glitches or something, I just need to be really quick and that's gonna be what I need to do. Also in this section you gain speed by default, and I got an Aqua Mask. I'm really lucky, considering that up to this point I have got 2 Aqua Masks being on top 3. I'm gonna trigger the mask right now, because with this I can try to get the speed boost from the middle of the track. without being affected by the toxic waste barrels, and at the same time I can move slightly faster, so that's a win-win situation. First lap completed, let's move to the second one. Now, considering that I'm not gonna get the Aqua Mask, I can try to get the speed and boosting that I was trying to get. That I haven't achieved on the first lap, but it was fine since I was having the Aqua Mask. So talking about the concepts, with comparing it with Mario Kart, the Wumpas can be considered as the coins, the Aqua Mask can be considered as the star. Well, if you play with a billion of Aku Aku, you get Uka Uka, and the effect is the same. This is an intended boosting I was talking about, because if you took the intended one that is on the middle of the track, you're gonna fly on the top of the screen. You're gonna keep on the air on a bit, but your movement there is gonna be slow. So it's better to take that unintended shortcut. And I'm pretty amazing that I have fall down on the last section of the second lap. That's something weird for me to happen, but it happened in some way, so nice, I guess. For anyone who wasn't wondering, my PB on this category is 1 hour, and I know that I have put that potion there, so I was really aware that was gonna happen. But by mistake, I always make those kind of mistakes. Well, my PB in this category is 1 hour, 3 minutes and 40 seconds, achieved on last year. Yes, I have been more than 1 year without being able to get a PB. All the times I'm really close to get a PB, but then mistakes happens and the rest is history. Like on this case, that I was on the wrong angle, so I wasn't able to get the shortcut. So look, the announcer has something to say, so go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know the exact feeling of going a long time without getting a new PB. I just recently PB'd a Metro 2 mission like last week after going about a year or two without one.
And it was like that with the Snow Brothers, that it took a good amount of time for me to get a PB. It took me like 20 months to get a new PB. But at the end, I got a new PB because I discovered new strats during that time. Also, that game was rejected on this marathon, but talking about SpeedGaming events, it was showcased on No Kid Hungry Marathon. Which I'm pretty happy because that moment was when I recently got the PB and found new strats. And now moving on, Cortex Castle. I don't like so much the shortcut you need to take at the end of the stage. Here I have performing a U-turning or a semi-U-turning. Basically a U-turn is that when you jump in the air, you press the brake button, in this case the square, and with that you can press up left, up right, or depending to where do you want to move with the D-pad, and you can make a U-turn. It's self-explanatory, the concept. And this is the shortcut I don't like to take, because if you don't get the enough speed you can fail it, and I used to fail this a lot. Again, some bunny hops here. 57 seconds, considering that I made some little mistakes, it wasn't bad at all for my standards. Now, so recently on SpeedGaming Portuguese, where a time trial tournament for this game was organized. It's keeping going right now, and well, unfortunately, some days ago I was eliminated from that tournament. But in some way that helped me to improve my skills on the track. I have never given a try to the time trials, and I have noticed that time trials are really important on racing games. Those help you a lot to practice. And the reason why I never have done that in the past is because I'm really lazy. But that's another story. And I haven't got enough speed and I'm gonna fall down because I'm dumb. And now I need to be so careful because, well, usually I used to fail this track in marathons. So I need to be so careful up from this point, and I need to reach the first place. And let's consider that this item that I have got here, it's similar to the blue shell concept. And if I don't have the 10 Woompas, it's just gonna try to look directly to the first place. If I have all the Woompa fruit, it's gonna try to chase all the runners, all the people that it's in front of me, that is ahead from me. I'm gonna keep this boosting, and just take the TNT box. Okay, I'm really happy that I got a boosting item, plus at the same time I was able to get the shortcut. This is gonna help me, definitely. Dude, this was so bad. Yes, this is live. We are live on Speed Gaming 2 with the SGLIVE Marathon for this 2020. Now this is the boss garage that I was telling that you get the dialogue triggered and it takes more time to skip it. And, well, this is my less favorite track for the game, which is a Hot Air Skyway. Okay, I have to reserve one button to skip this. So, I don't like this track definitely, but there's an interesting skip, and mostly due to that skip is why I don't like this track, because sometimes I don't get it. Because this game is kinda broken in some tracks, and even on Nitro Fuel, which is the remake from CTR, obviously you cannot do that shortcut, you cannot perform it, but there's a hidden Easter egg to let us know that the developers were aware that we used to take the shortcut. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna stop on propose, I'm gonna get some speed, I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna land on this side of the track, and with this I can skip entirely a complete section. The wall here on Nitro Fuel it's increased, so you can truly understand the developers were really aware that some people like myself likes to perform that unintended skip. And again, let's pretend that I'm putting attention to the game and that I'm trying to get focus on it. Where the shortcut, we lose like 15 seconds. So I think it's really important to get the shortcut to do that.
Now I'm also trying to watch this run on Speed Gaming, and if this is the track that I'm thinking of, I used to have so much trouble with it as a kid.
Okay, this is bad. And this is why I cannot get a new PB. There we go. I have lost time, but the show needs to keep going. My estimate is 1 hour and 10 minutes, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Plenty of time.
And yes, an AI character needs to put an item just where I'm moving. Nice game, nice game. But guess what? If I get at least 10 Woompa fruit on this box, I can say bye-bye to the other characters in the game. I should have saved this mask now that I'm thinking about it for the shortcut, but it's fine. I'm gonna save the missile for it. So, Blizzard game. Okay, let me try to do something. No, wrong one. I need the green potion. Oh, come on! Okay, I think I'm gonna reset the track, unfortunately. How the game is dropping my jumping input? I cannot understand that. Okay, I'm gonna reset the track. That was really unfortunate. So here lies any possibility of any PB that I will be able to get. And yes, this track is the reason why I hate it. All of those things is why I hate this track, because usually this track is my pace killer when I do runs of this game, but we need to learn to live with this. There's nothing we can do to face this unless we try to beat the game. Okay, I got the glitch in some way. And I'm saving the mask, that's why I'm not using it. I wanna wait until I can get them Warpless to use it.
Just to remind y'all, we do have a couple donation incentives that are coming up. For Valis, there's a bid war for which game. There is Sid of Valis or Valis the Phantasm Soldier. And then, of course, for the Streets of Rage 1 through 4 run, you can opt to change it to Bare Knuckle 3. Then after that, there is the Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo bonus run, along with Super Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy Advance port bonus run. And those are $50 on each. If y'all want to see some puzzle fighting and street fighting action, get those donations in.
Who put a nitro box here? Something tells me that probably it was me. But at least I was able to get the shortcut. The day that I'm able to get the shortcut without problems again on the 3 tracks, probably it's gonna be the day where I'm gonna be able to get a PD on this game. Well, that's the reason why I have a decent estimate. Instead of putting something like 105, I put a 110 due to that. Because we never know that when that's gonna happen. And now let's last track of the game, which is Oxide Station. After we complete this track on first place, we're gonna get the last trophy that we need to be able to face Pinstripe, the 4th boss on the game. And after we defeat him, we're gonna be able to face Nitrous Oxide, and we're gonna be able to save or to not save the world. And this track also it's broken. There's an interesting scheme that can help us to save 15 seconds that we're going to be watching later on the run. This is more complicated obviously when you face Nitrous Oxide because he's a cheater. He's gonna start before the lights turn green. And yes, what an amazing RNG I'm having. Mostly with that bomb. Well, in this case, that wasn't bad. I wasn't put on a bad position. I was able to gain some speed and get this Nintendo shortcut. That, as you can see on the minimap, I have skipped the section of the track, saving in the summary of 15 seconds. You know, let's try to make that people thinking that the runner is getting concentrated. Just to hit the fact that he doesn't know what to say. Yes, skip that item box. Okay, I haven't got the correct speed there. I was a bit worried, but I got the shortcut. Well, at least it's not like it's something really awful to don't get the correct speed here. It's not complicated to get that shortcut. You just need to know in which point you need to turn, and that's gonna be everything you need to do. And I don't know if I have put that nitro box there, but anyways. And go. Now, on this point, I got all 16 trophies. Now it's time to go for the last key that we need on, well, my least favorite track of the game, which is again Hothead Skyway. We're not gonna be facing Pinstripe. He's gonna be throwing some bombs, so probably in the first second it's gonna be a bit tricky to avoid them, but after that, it shouldn't be a problem. And I really like how SpeedGaming bot says that speed type marathon is happening on this channel, and it's posting the link from this channel on the chat. Oh well. After this first section, this shouldn't be a problem to avoid him. Plus, since we don't have we are just facing him here, it's not a big problem to try to get the shortcut. And yes, he threw me a bomb. It's not a requirement that I fall down, I'm just bad and I fall down, but just what I need to do is just to touch the ground, and that's the only thing that I need to do in order to get this. Second try. Third attempt. Okay, he was close to me when I was having that wobble, so he received damage. That was cool. Hey, I hit him, but I failed the shortcut. And he threw me a bomb. Karma in speedrunning. Hi, speedrun fails.
This is just not liking you today, huh?
Yeah. Well. When this happens, this happens. And after this, we're gonna be watching that again. But the pinstripe and nitrous oxide heads are gonna be swapped. And well, I guess that we have like a minute for any kind of announcement. Or whoever, whatever that it's needed to be mentioned.
Well, let's see. Take another refresh on our donations. I don't have any new donations yet.
Okay, I think that when I go to sleep, I want to sort of think about which tournament I want to pro on, and I'm gonna make a donation. Well, I'm gonna make a donation with merchandise. I want to buy one of the SGLIVE shirts, and I'm gonna be thinking all the night to which tournament I want to contribute with.
There you go.
And well, cheater alien. So now I see why does he claims as the best. Why does he claims himself as the best driver on the galaxy? Because he's a cheater. And he's gonna be throwing a lot of items. I am not so worried. Okay, again another ESTV slowdown. I don't know why that hasn't happened recently. It needs to be due to emulation, because also CTR is it's a complicated game to play or to emulate also. Well, I'm gonna wait up until the effect of the potion finishes. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to get the skin. Okay, there we go. And I got it. As I said before, this is not so complicated anyways. So here again, I just need to complete 3 laps and I'm gonna be done. And the problem here is just to avoid the first section. I made it so bad, so that's why I failed. I just failed like that. But once you are away from Oxide, he's not a big deal. You just need to know how to be ahead from him and you're gonna be done. That's the only thing that you need to do. And that's how we're gonna beat the game on the intended any person route. Because I forgot to explain why this is called any person Warpless. Well, Warpless is because there's a glitch that on battle mode that allows you to trigger the game credits without even playing the history mode. So that's the reason why the category is called any person Warpless, which is intended any person route by the developers. And also the game has 2 endings that I'm gonna be explaining later. And now the time of the truth has come. This is the last lap of the track. And as you can see on the minimap, Oxide's so far away from me, so I shouldn't be so worried about him. And there we go. There you need to get the focusing to finish the track. And also the time is gonna finish once I cross the finish line. So in some seconds we're gonna be finishing with the run. And time.
Alright, well done, GG.
Thank you so much. So now it's time to check something really interesting, that it's another effect of the language glitch, because we have seen that Nitrous Oxide was a big cheater, and he's a really big loser because he doesn't want to recognize that we beat him, and what he's gonna do is that he has crashed my game. The game has crashed on this point. The reason this is because, again, since I'm using the language glitch and I'm not loading any language, the game doesn't know which cutscene does it need to play at this point because we unlock the bad ending. So what's gonna happen is that the game is gonna crash. Just due to that, the game has crashed. And congratulations, this is Crash Team Racing.
Whole new meaning to the name of the game.
Yeah, definitely that helps. That's one of the reasons why I like to run the Paul version. And also explain really quick the endings. This was the bad ending when he says that he cannot believe that we beat him since he never loses. But the challenge hasn't finished yet because we need to beat his times on the relic races and get the CDR tokens, and after that we can face him again. And obviously we get all those items and we face him. We get the real ending of the game. That is when he just leaves the earth and the piece is back on the earth. Then, well, this was Crash Team Racing. This was one of my few runs on this marathon. Later, I'm gonna be back with Crash Team Racing. So, well, sorry, with Crash Bandicoot Warp. This was Crash Team Racing. So I'm gonna be back later with Crash Team, which was the previous game released. Well, the game that was released before CTR. So, well, keep turning the marathon because we're still having some good runs. So we're going to be watching, and I'm going to be also keep working into handling the marathon. So, well, see you everybody. Have a nice day. Remember to donate for the crowdfunding the next year tournaments. And, well, I hope you have enjoyed this one. See you next time.